everyone, and welcome back to X-Wing Build Part 4. Today we're going to start assembling some parts of the wings together, the underside of the wings, getting them glued together. So let's go take a look.
Hello, welcome back. I got some parts being sprayed black, the nozzles for the engines, the inside of at the bottom, the light block for the cockpit on both sides. This is the top half of the hull. Spraying the bottom of the actual cockpit. Get that all sprayed black. Let them fully cure. These guys are all painted gray for the laser cannons. They're actually drying ready, but I'm not gonna do the white today, so. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these pieces on, because I think we can get away with that. And I might put this piece on too. I think I can do this without the R2 unit being in there. Get that burr out of there. Quick sanding. A little bit of sandpaper on all these edges. Yeah, because it shows. Yeah, I'm not sure. And unless I have him built, it's really not going to do me any good. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put it down. That goes here. Slide it all the way to the back. I mean, it's bigger than the hole is, so I don't know. But he's got to fit through there somehow, so. So what we're going to do, lift this back up. And we'll put a few dabs. I'm going to put it on this piece because then I can hit the areas where I know it's going to touch. Take this quick, slide it back first. I'll at least get this on. Got some black back there, but I don't think I need it back here. Hopefully that's sticking. I don't think so. But at least that's on. Probably should almost do a black there appreciating on that too. That would bring out a lot of detail. I might still do that. Do that a little later, even if it's just a hand paint. So I don't get overspray everywhere. I almost thought about doing the whole kit in a black, and then when you hit it with a white, you'll have that pre-shading. But anyway, so then we have these pieces, which go like this. They just pretty much do that. The best thing to do is just to kind of do that and get them healthily in between, because they're not exact. And I think there's an edge here that doesn't need to be. No, that's supposed to be there. Huh. But anyway, what we'll do is just like we did on that one. We'll hit some pieces here. So we'll hit the center and here. And then we'll dab those corners. edge there. That should be good enough. Or to start secure. Or set up, I should say. And I'm going to go off the back. Clip. And see how it already starts to spin. Yeah, that's blending in really good actually. So we'll do that, and we'll work on the other wing while that one sets. I have 2 more clamps. Probably get by with these little clamps. So if I need all these big ones. Either way, it's still on. I'm trying to do a pre-fit just to see which ones fit the best, and then I'll clean up the edges afterwards. Careful when you lift by that cap. Get one right away, and thank you. You're going together really nice. So. And that way I can file these edges nice. I figured there's nothing going in here in those spots. I don't know if I'm going to keep these little nubs. I think that's made to keep the wing shut nice and tight, because that'll push into that, but I don't know. And you always have I mean, it's mainly going to be covered in the from underneath, but as long as the wings close all the way, but I might still just cut those nubs off and sand them, which I probably should have done before. They got circled around that. The hole is always, that hole's on the bottom. Yeah, that one's on the top, so yeah, one of them might get actually closed. Because I don't like how that shows a hole on the top. we'll see. You are the next one. We'll do a dry fit, make sure they're working good. Get this burr real quick while it's easier to get. You know, actually crack the edge of this wing, but we can always make that a hit. So I'm not going to worry about it. Get some glue on you. Hitting this edge. Lightly hitting this edge. So that brush kind of works okay to not allow it to overly flow. There we go. Yeah, mainly concentrating on this edge here to keep it right, because that'll give me a good starting point, and the rest of that can be considered the pipe going across, but I'll lightly, you know, that'll be easy to lightly sand off. Probably wouldn't hurt to do some stuff like that. Yeah, put a big one here. Save my little ones for easier spots. I might even put a big one or a little one here. Alright, and we got one more. So let's put a big one here. This one's clamped up pretty good. Yeah. And especially once I run the a little bit of the thin set to me, we can leave it here. Not too much because we might get a warp in no lane. So it'd be better any other direction. No. We're always going to get that bow. Alright, well, that is what it is. Let's get this last one up. We're going to need another thicker clamp. And get this on here. Beautiful. I'm thinking since just gonna use it a little bit there. checking to make sure it closed up in most of the spots. But like I said, these are a little bit open right there. But I'll run that thin set and then I'll clamp those as well. But let's let those set and cure. But yeah, there we have it. When we come back, we'll move on to the next thing. We'll start hitting some of these things with white, like, because I'm going to build those off. They're going to be a separate piece. These will get eventually put on. I just got to drill the holes for wires and the holes for that. I'm going to make it so that the LED just sits out. I'm not going to drill it in right away, because I want to be able to paint. The LED is going to have to get painted red, so I'm going to want to be able to airbrush it. And I guess I could airbrush them before I put them in. But yeah, then I'm going to have to mask this anyway, and I want to paint this black, because when the engine grills are back, you'll be able to see in there. So I'm going to want to make them black. So we'll probably paint this white, and then I'll paint this, drill a hole, paint this white, then paint this black, and then do the LED. But I think I'm going to leave the LED be able to pull out so I can tape it, and that way when I do the whole ship white, because I got to be able to mask that bulb. And I want to airbrush it, because it seems if you're going to try to color an LED with paint by hand, it's better that way. If I had a marker, but I only have a small point red. But anyway, that's something we'll tackle a little bit. But let's let all this stuff cure. The black paint that I have is just not, it's a Rust-Oleum satin protection enamel, whatever. It doesn't dry very fast. It might be old too. I might have to let it shake for a long time. Dries to touch in 2 to 4 hours. Yeah, this is a slow drying paint. That's why. So we're gonna let these guys dry really good. It seems like it's doing pretty good on there, but the engine cones, it's still tacky. The others, it's tacky, but it actually looks satin. So, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, until tomorrow, we're going to call it a night. I don't see anything else, any other real quick paint-ons unless I do, or glue-ons, unless I do these here. We got 22 A and D and 22 B and C. Those could go on. Probably wouldn't hurt. That's going to be fun to get to. Let's get them all to the end here. That one, that one. And I hope they're different enough. Oh, and these can go on too, according to the... Yeah, they are different. Yeah, a bunch of them. So I don't know if all these will be able to go on. If so, that gets rid of a lot of... And these are the landing gear hatches for here. I guess you gotta build them, because you could have the hatches on and then leave it whatever, or you could put glue these back. And that's exactly how they go. And glue those on as the landing gear not in there. Yeah, we're not doing any landing gear. Oh, and that's what these are. These are landing gear. I mean, I guess you could always make those so they go in there. And the knees must have went like that. But she's going to be flying, so I'm not even going to worry about the landing gear. Those are the hatches. And I found out what these are. These are the pins that the wings ride on. I don't know what that was. Did I grab both? Yeah. Let's see how hard it is to get all that spun. Back in the bag. Yeah, because a lot of these screws fell off the. Yeah, they're showing you putting them on first, but it doesn't show going over that. It shows it going on the other side. So I'm going to say those holes didn't line up, didn't pop through. It's supposed to go there, it looks like. Let's see on the other piece. Yeah, it webbed over. Oh, we need to get the. This is too big. Oh no, that's the exact right size. Huh? One. Yeah, these here just closed over with a film. That's what happens to these older kids. Alright, easy fix. Bit was already in it. Get rid of this flashing here. Maybe. Some flashing on here. Alright. Yeah, so these, and they do say that they go in now. Because then the pin goes in later. And make sure they're not just telling you that and then you can't get the wings together. Nope, and then you do the wings and shove the pin in. So, yeah, so we can, these can go on now. I don't know why. I'm not sure if there's a special one. Yeah, I see. There's a little bit of a stair step there. But it's one different in diameter than the other. That's what I want to see. So that's higher, so it's going to go this way. Because I don't know if it fits in like a wedge or what. But I don't really have any numbers on what that is. They're saying both of them are 34, so we're not going to worry about it then. We can go right from the other side. Because the hole goes all the way through. And come right for this other side and drop some glue down there. Hopefully I'm getting glue in there. But we can also run some. There we go. Now I know I got glue on there. Getting a little too much stuff in my way. Actually, I should put a clamp on that. Just because all this wants to flex. But it's really, it's wobbly in the center. Everything's flexing. So, yeah, and I did that right. That goes on the opposite side. Like I said, this end is higher up than the other. So you can see one of these sits up higher. Like doesn't have the long leg. So we'll do the same thing. We'll drop some down in the holes we can see. The pegs come down. There we go. I don't know how strategically important that piece is. I'm sure it gives it some stability. I still think it's funny they just didn't mold it in the piece. Then we got these. We got those of that kind. There's 4, and then we got these here of this kind. What's what? Those seem to go towards yes, and those other, oh, those go around the engines. So those go up here, right? Where the intakes are. So it would be on this side. That's what those are. So we're not going to need these right away because we don't have engines and stuff on. So these we can put back in the bag. They're just like an added detail piece. These, I think, go... Where's the notch? So one should have a triangle. Yeah, okay, one have a triangle. Oh, they all have their different. So you go here. Clean the burr off it. A hell of a burr too. So you go like that. I think I'm going to wait until those cure because A, I might have to clamp these, and B, it's just too much weight flubbing around with these clamps on right now. So let's let it dry and cure up, get nice and strong, and then we'll come back and we'll glue those on, and then we'll start pre-painting this laser guns, cannons, and get the holes, get the holes drilled for that, and then we can probably get them on here, get them on these. Get the notches out. We can even just get the holes drilled, I would imagine, and even start notching everything and then do everything else afterwards. So I can still slide. I could still build the LED in every system. Oh yeah, I could, even afterwards. Maybe paint the wings as a whole with the guns on. I could actually even build and glue these pieces down. To the wings and add the other parts later. Glue them on while they're solid. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll glue these on, and I can drill these holes out and then glue these on. I can still add the LED through, and it's just going to notch down through. These don't get anything, so I can actually put these on. Maybe I should be this way. I actually can glue these on where I get a good plastic to plastic joint, and we could spray the whole wing as an assembly. Both of the wings, that might be the best way to do that. Still leave all the gray off because we might do another coat of white once we put everything together, because of scratching and anything like that. So, but I at least can get a light coat over on that. Or even still, I can still have these pieces glued. The only problem is I have to get the wires and the LED through once it gets glued into that. So yeah, but that would make sense. Slight curves to them. Anyway, they won't be perfectly straight, but they're not bad. But again, let's let these parts dry. I'm gonna let them dry overnight, especially the painted parts. And we'll be back. See you soon.